Welcome everyone. If you are been around for a while, welcome back. Good to see you. If you're new here, welcome to the family. Okay, so we are having a new moon in Taurus, and that is where the sun is going to be for the next month in Taurus. Very earthy sign, very much about, doing and connecting and being diligent. So we're going to start with Sagittarius. What is in store for Sagittarius? So we're going to start with what energy is at the forefront for you this month during this moon cycle. Thought, but not just thought. It's thought that is both emotion and logic. What's an energy to be cautious of? Queen of Water. Mastering your emotions. Being master of your emotions. There might be some turmoil with the things that you're doing. Holding your foundations and boundaries. So it really seems like there's going to be some things that come up this moon cycle as you're going through it that they're going to bring up some conflicting emotions and maybe push some boundaries that you have. You may feel like some people are pushing some of your boundaries. And what this is really telling you is hold tight to those boundaries. Hold tight to your foundation. Don't let other people sway you when you know it's not the right path for you. I see this often when people are trying to fit in somewhere. So don't try to fit in. If you're meant to be there, you're going to be meant to be there. So again, thought, looking at your emotion, but also looking through logically. So both sides, know where that emotion's coming from, know, why that's coming up and why you're being tempted to cross a boundary. So question to ask. You got a couple of questions to ask. All right. What does it mean to stand your ground? What does it mean to stand in the fire for you and stand your ground? Yeah, you're really going to be tested. There's going to be something that's coming that is, you're going to be tested on if you're going to move your boundaries and your foundation for somebody else. Messenger. What does it mean to be a messenger? What does it mean to be a messenger for yourself? To stand for yourself and to speak with voice for yourself and stand in your power. Your own power. These are questions you're going to need to ask during this situation. What does that look like for you? What does standing in your power, in your voice, being a messenger, standing up for yourself, and really owning your own power? Some actions to consider during this. Not surprising, you got the sun. It's very much about power, authority, being in your authority, owning your own power. And a bond. And that bond, it can be an inner bond with yourself, or it can also be maybe there's somebody that's going to stand with you during this. Maybe there's somebody that's going to be your support through this. And, really lean into them. Let them be your sounding board. Vent to them, Go through it with them. Last thing, what is going to help guide you through this? Because you're going to be going through something. Self-mastery. Okay, yeah. Sagittarius, this is, you're going to be challenged this month. There's going to be a challenge coming up, and it is going to really be about your boundaries and your core self. You need to master your emotions during this. Don't just fly off the handle. Really go back. Use thought and logic during this. Don't just use emotion. You're mastering emotion because somebody is pushing. And answer your questions. Answer your questions before you even get to this point. What does it mean to stand in my own power? To stand in a place of flame, but not giving up that endurance. And what is it like to stand up with your voice for yourself? Not in an aggressive way. It doesn't have to be aggressive. We're really not talking about aggression here. We're talking about personal power. And that doesn't have to be aggressive. We can stand in our power all day long without having any malice towards other people or trying to dominate other people. We're just not going to allow them to put their stuff on us. We're not going to allow them to break our boundaries. We're not going to allow them to shift our emotions to what they want it to be. So yeah, okay. Harness your power. It's going to be an interesting month for you, Sagittarius, but it's going to be good. Just a last reminder, if you're wanting to dive deeper, if you're wanting a more personal reading for yourself, where you're at, where you're going, and any questions you may have, I do those. Information is down below, or you can head over to my website, 365witch.com. Have a great one.